welcome to today's live session. I will be using this whiteboard again to explain one of the biggest issues our world is facing nowadays. That's climate change by Wild Wakhi Films. Alright, I hope this is visible. You may have heard about floods, melting glaciers, hotter summers. Right now it is like 40 degrees Celsius where I am standing in the Onzo Valley region. Very hot temperature right now. All of these are concerning and are connected, alright? And today I will also talk about how Onzo Valley, a beautiful part of our country, is affected by climate change. Well, that's a problem. I was about to hit the road and go to the extreme north, but due to some hotter summer days I was unable to go, and there's also petrol problems these days. Alright, climate change. What is climate change? Why it matters and what can we do about it? Climate change. In the red font, the danger is there. Oh yeah, it's getting blurry? Now it's okay. So my friends, if you're new to the channel, most welcome. We go live like every day. Oh yeah? Climate change, alright, means long-term change in temperature. Okay, let's go here. Long-term change in temperature. Let's write it temperature. Like temporary files. Keeps on changing. It's not permanent, alright? The change is not permanent. It is temporary. So, yeah, long-term changes in temperature, whether that's rainfall, whether that's a change in the wind patterns, or other elements of the Earth's climate system, alright? Cool, let me draw a beautiful heart for you people. Let's see how the Earth looks like. This is our Mother Earth. Okay, let's draw some continents right here. So, okay, this seems to be a different continent. Oh yeah? Let me draw this green here. These are the land. Oh yeah? If these are the land, then where is the water? Okay, oh, I want to go for a red pen instead. Oh no, maybe blue is okay. Blue would be okay for water. Okay, that's water. Cool. Kind of earth, oh yeah. So here we can have rainfall. Here we can have rainfall. We can have wind, and we can have other elements like snow or thunderstorms, whatever that is. Cool. Now, the sunlight. Where is the sunlight? Cool. Oh yeah, maybe here is the sun. This is our sun. This is our earth. The sunlight comes in from here. Okay, this is sun, alright? The sunlight comes in from the sun. Earth sends it back out, okay? When the sun throws the light here, throws the sunlight here on the earth, then this thing throws it back. Okay? Coming from the sun, the light, and the earth reflects it back. Okay, let me go a little here. Cool. But gases like carbon dioxide, CO2 most probably trap some of that heat. This makes Earth warmer. Cool. So easy as that. This is a greenhouse effect, kind of a greenhouse effect, okay? Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect. So, what we saw here, the sun sends sunlight to the earth. Oh, oops, okay. Comes from the earth, from the sun to the earth. And what happens here? The heat is reflected back, okay? Goes up. But in some cases, gases like carbon dioxide gets trapped here. Traps the heat, okay? This thing, the CO2, traps the heat. This makes our Earth hotter or warmer. When the CO2 traps the heat, the Earth becomes, okay, warmer. Warmer or hotter, whatever. This is a simple pattern of the greenhouse effect. Now, hope you guys have understood the scenario. What happened here? Oh yeah, cool. So it is 7:08 and one person is watching us and there is no more person. Oh yeah, okay. Now there are more trending words like global warming, climate change, greenhouse gases, fossil fuels. Kind of these things are trending these days on the news, on the newsletter, on the newspaper, and so on and so forth. These guys are trending. What is global warming? If you know, do let me know. Global warming. See the light, the red light coming from down? Sign of global warming. Greenhouse gases. Another terminology. Greenhouse gases. What are they? Like the discussed earlier, carbon dioxide, nitrogen gas, hydrogen gas, kind of these gases. And then we've got fossil fuels. Fuel. Okay, maybe coming from oil or gas or what is that? Coal. Okay. Coming from these elements. So these are the global warming. This is more trending whenever you go to the social spheres, on the newspaper, on the radio, on the television. These most the high profile people discuss, use these terminologies only in the media, but in the reality there's no such thing done for the climate change. These are only on the media, okay? They just want to get attention. In reality, that's not happening. They're buying the cars, they're using fossil fuels, they're using gases, they're using petrols and other stuff, and they're talking about global warming, greenhouse, and other fossil fuels. The reality is very different. Oh yeah? The public figures, the politicians, all the big guys, they talk more about it, they don't do anything about it. Oh yeah, okay. Now, as an example, my area is Unza Valley, which used to be very, very green. Unza, okay, let me write Unza here, Hunza, Valley. Unza Valley here. From here I belong. So, well, quite famous for its clean environment. in the olden days, but now the scenario is different now. It's not the same anymore. Alright, let me wrap some of the fonts here so we can go further and discuss more about it. Oh yeah, we got some space. Oops. Cool. Okay, let's remove some of the fonts from here as well. Keep there, so I can use it as a reference. Oh yeah. Cool. Almost rubbed. Hey, this area looks dirty. I need to clean this bowl as well. I want it to be clean and tidy. Okay. Main causes. Most of the error is coming from the human side, alright? We humans are responsible for the climate change. Okay, I was talking about Hunza, yeah? Because I will discuss my place as in the reference, okay? So you guys can understand what's going on. What we are doing here, we are burning fuels for cars and factories, even hospitals. Fuels, okay? We have a lot of cars in one house. If you come here, you will see every individual got individual cars. If there are 5 persons in one house, in one family, everyone, they got a car, they got a car, they got a car, they got a car. A lot of car there. So, and these guys are talking about climate change. So I've got cars and we've got motorbikes. I'll let it be a motorbike. It looks like a bicycle, but you're okay. Maybe I put a silencer here so it can look like a bike. Oh yeah. They talk about climate change. These guys, alright? And then, if you go check their profile, these guys are rich. They have cars, they have bikes, they have tractors, they have trucks, they have bulldozers, they have caterpillars, they have other big machines which is using fuels and gases and petrols and oils to run the engines. As a result, heat is trapped. Okay, heat is trapped here. So when heat is trapped, the earth gets warmer. Responsible. Oh yeah, oh, just hold on, some of the guy has just put the music too loud here. I'm gonna... Hey, come and go away. Let's remove the music. Okay, that music was too loud, so to confirm it, I told him to just lower the volume. Oh yeah, and the other big problem we have got is we're cutting down trees in forests. Okay, cutting down trees, cutting down forests. That's happening, yeah, because these guys are rich. They want to show off, okay? 5% one house, every person has got their own house. They don't want to live simple like the olden days. They want to show off their wealth and their richness and their profile and inspire others. I'm not inspired. Oh yeah? So they cut down the trees. Okay, most popular trees, that's also called popular trees. There's such kind of tree, very, very high trees, yeah? Kind of these trees. And these trees are used to make houses, okay? Just like that. Houses. They make houses by cutting down trees. When they cut down trees, what it means? It means you are having climate change. You don't have got enough oxygen. All you have is carbon dioxide everywhere. And when you have carbon dioxide there, the heat is trapped. So you get hotter temperatures. The earth will be dying. Alright? You will see it when you come here. Alright? I'm not just talking myths here. These are all realities, based on realities. Number third is we all are using plastics, and other wasteful materials for consumptions. If you go to any shop there, in every village which was once supposed to be very clean and very environmental friendly, in the shops, in the hotels, everywhere you go, what they do is give you plastics when you're buying some grocery, when you're buying some any item from the shops or from the hotels or wherever. These guys give you plastic, and you go along with the plastic, go carry them, and then you throw them away, or you burn it. Whatever you do, the plastic is not decomposed, okay? It stays the same. But yeah, sometimes I saw on the social media that guys are trying to, introduce paper instead of plastic to carry the goods and the groceries. But that was just for fame. That did not even work. They themselves did not even apply it by themselves. Okay, it failed. So yeah, these are the biggest problems here. Wherever you go, you find plastics in the water streams, in the river, in the trees. The wind carries the plastics everywhere. Even in the marine, in the river, when plastic goes, the fish suffers. So these things happens here most of the time. Cool. And yeah, the cars are not only to these associated with these families only. Nowadays, the guys have just promoted this area for tourism. A lot of tourism or tourists, they come in with cars. Many cars with high speed, they producing more gas. Oh man, more pollution. And the tourists are also breaking down the branches of trees, and there is less carbon absorption there. More tourisms, okay? Every guy come with a car, with a bike, making loud noises, pollution, throwing trash in the fresh water, cutting down tree branches, and then this beautiful heart suffers, okay? Pollution is everywhere. So here we get less carbon absorption. When you do all these things, then where was the CO2? Okay, there is less carbon absorption. When less carbon is absorbed, it means more heat is trapped. Awesome. So yeah, then okay, let me remove some of the fonts here so it can look nice. Oh yeah, cool, my friends. Climate change, where can you go then? Climate change, go, climate change, go. Aha. Okay, seems like clean to me. Okay, we've seen more glacier melting. Glacier melting, okay? More glacier melting. And when glaciers melt, then we see river floods. And if we see river floods, then what we see is villagers are at risk. And then we see temperature rises. Temperature rises, okay, rises. When temperature rises, crops don't grow properly. Crops go down. They don't grow properly. We have seen, as I outside the front yard, I saw the apricot was completely destroyed by the heat. You get heat stroke. Not only the humans, the crops as well. You don't get enough water. All you get is high temperature and your crops are gone. So yeah, these guys don't worry about that too much because they are just dependent on the cities, the down cities. All their food items come from the cities. So once in the olden days there was these guys, the Unzo people that they were irrigating lands, growing their own crops. So the temperature was okay at that time. There was not that much climate change. But nowadays, in 2025, in today's time, they don't grow crops either. The temperature is going up, the crops going down. More heat coming, the crops are dead, almost dead. Okay, there are barren areas, there is less water, and these guys, the villagers, have become lazy. So if people become lazy, the whole do is blame the climate change. So to be honest, this is the reality. They don't worry about temperature too much. They don't worry about glacier melt too much, about flood and risks and things like that. All they want is to buy cars, raise the temperature, chop down the trees, raise the temperature, bring more tourism to the area, and raise the temperature, throw pollution in the river and streams to rise the temperature. So nobody worries about that much. Only the wise people who think about nature, who are friendly with nature, like my channels, Wild Wakhi Films, always talking about nature and wilderness survival. We worry about temperature rising, and we worry about crops dying. We worry about glacier melting and flooding and villagers at risk. This time is very concerning. Oh yeah. We have got the water shortage or water crisis. Water shortage. Okay, you will have no water for drinking, no water for people, no water for animals. You all will suffer if you have water shortage. Okay, suffer. Today you will never know the importance of water until or unless it's gone forever. So respect the nature, respect water, always be thankful, always be kind to the nature. If you harm the nature will be very brutal. See, it's already showing how brutal the nature can be. Glacier melt, flood, temperature rising, water shortage. There will be crisis. We will be suffering. Poor animals. What was their mistake? And then we have seen disasters, like increasing natural disasters, like landslides, flash floods, avalanches, and so on and so forth. Alright, natural disasters. Natural disasters like landsliding, flash floods, hurricane, wind, strong winds, and yeah, so on and so forth. A Tabat Lake disaster is one such example. Oh yeah. So guys, if you have any question, do let me know so we can talk further about it. Glacier lake outbursts like in Shimshal area, the lake outburst in Gulkin Glacier area, the glacier outburst. These are some of the most common examples. Glacier lake outbursts. Glacier. Glacier. Lake. Outbursts. What it brings: flood and disasters. Dangerous for the villages down there. The settlements are gone. The land is gone. Roads are damaged. Bridges are damaged. And crops like apricots, apples, they all are affected, man. So that's the biggest problem of glacial lake outbursts, which you call GLOF. Glacial lake outburst floods, GLOF. So yeah, this is very common. But guys are working, and the same thing is happening with that. There is no such responsible person there who can really take care, who can be really into the wild and into the nature. They just want to show off, putting banners on the walls. These guys come with the cars, a lot of cars, 4x4, and climb to a mountainous area and then talk about glacier outbursts. So if you want to become a change, then you need to avoid these cars and the pollution and this stuff. You don't need to show off. If you want to really care about GLOF and this glacial melting, then you need to trek, you need to hike, go with your bag, then just go check it. So again, the concerning, they don't choose the right person for the right job. All show off, man. Impact is more larger. Impact is also local, it's global. Local impact, global effect. This is not just local, it's also global. I mean, the impact. Oh yeah. So that's the number one problem. So now, what can we do? What are the solutions to get rid of this temperature rising, to get rid of the climate change, global warming, to get rid of these natural disasters and glacial lake outbursts? Alright, the basic is we need to plant more trees. More trees means more life. More life means less climate change. Calamity down. Okay, the solutions now. So, okay, the solutions. Alright. What can we do? Plant more trees. Okay, just draw a tree here. Plant more trees. Like let two will be trees, okay? Plant more trees. And then you need to save water. Reuse water. Turn off the tap. Save water. Alright? Okay, this is water. Okay, maybe I just seen the water now. Save water. Okay, the problem here in the villages is these guys, the guys in the villages, which I've seen, they are not turning off their tap, okay? Well, this is the tap water, which water's coming from the glacier. And this is always on, okay? The water is wasted. Every time you go, you see that these taps are not off, they are on all the times. Nobody off them, it's always on most of the time. So these guys are then talking about climate change. It's a basic responsible ethical thing to just turn it off. Okay, if you don't use it, turn it off. If you want to drink water, just turn it on and drink water. Simple. Save water. Save plant trees. And then use less plastic. Less is more. Less plastic. Okay? And if you're using it, you just need to recycle, okay? Use it again and again. The same plastic. You don't need to buy another plastic, then another plastic, then another, and dump it all the time. If you have one plastic, just carry it and go to the shop and use the same plastic. Why are you carrying, always going out with buying another plastic, then another plastic? So, also that's also not taught in the schools, the students. They don't talk about plastic. I don't know what type of education is there, 100% literacy rate, but they don't know how to combat this change, to combat this climate change, the temperature rise. They just go and memorize something from books and then just do nothing, man. So, use less plastics and use less cars. If the distance is near, if it is less distance, you can walk, you can cycle, use a bicycle. Avoid using the cars, okay? Avoid using cars. No more cars needed. Just walk. Walking is also good for the health, and it's also good for the environment. So if you're already applying these factors in your life, then you need to raise some awareness, okay? Only if you know what are you doing. Be the change first, okay? If you're not following the rules, not doing anything about the environment, and then you're talking about GLOF and climate change, you're wasting time, people's time. Raise awareness only if you're cycling, if you're walking, if you're using less plastic, if you're saving water, if you're planting trees, then it's time for you to raise some awareness, okay? If you do nothing about those things and then you're raising awareness, it's of no use. Nobody's going to listen to you. So it's better. Change comes from within. First, change yourself. If you change yourself, you can change the other person. You change, the other person changes. Two-person changes, the family changes. Your brother changes. Your house changes. Then your neighbors changes. Then your village, and so on and so forth. If you're just doing nothing and trying to change the world, you are not doing anything. You're not changing. Oh yeah. So nowadays we are in our area because there's less electricity, so we are more dependent on the solar panels, and yeah, the light comes from there, the electricity, and people are trying to go organic with the farming, and yeah, the whole citizens, our whole grandfathers and brothers, they're planting trees, and this is a good sign. There's also good people in our area that are doing something nice to the environment. But rest of the kids here have got fresh money. They've seen money for the first time. Those guys are doing more crisis, more damage to the environment. Oh yeah, buying cars and making noises, bringing tourism and all kind of this tourism. All the tourism sectors, all these areas are damaging our environment. And the guys who have seen money for the first time, some heavy money, they are buying cars and they have Once our village, if you talk about my village, small village, there was no such, only one public van, public vehicle which was carrying people from the village to the city early in the morning, like 6 a.m. This was the time when the car was departing from the village, and this was the only mean of transportation that time. Only one or two wagons, vans that was carrying people from the village to the city and then back to city to the village. But nowadays, everyone got their private cars, private bikes, motorbikes. So then there is climate change. What can we do about it? The government needs to shut them down, okay? Don't let people buy more cars. If there's one car in the family, that's okay, one is okay. And if every 5 individual buys cars and cars and cars, there is less road and more cars, no parking slots, less trees, more noise. So man, this is alarming situation. Okay, so we need to join cleanup drives. We need to introduce more bicycles. We need to say goodbye to plastic bottles. We need to share climate facts at school. Teach our kids how to protect the environment, not just memorize or just read books that do nothing but bring no change to your life. Okay, school is a platform where students can be taught properly. And then we need to start some kitchen gardening, planting trees, and join some scouting movements. Like in the village there are scout groups. You can join such groups and plant trees and do something good to the environment. Oh yeah guys, that's it. Thank you for watching, joining the Wild Wakhi Films streams. Remember, climate change is real and it affects all of us. Oh yeah, even the peaceful valleys like Unza Valley, once called the Lost Shangri-La, with very less pollution, is now a dump area. Every small action matters. If you learn something new today, tell your friends and be the change. Oh yeah. Thank you guys. If you like the video, you can share the video with your environmental friendly friends. Only those people who really care about the environment. Share this video with them. And if you don't care, then don't share. Thank you for watching. Peace, my friends. Bye.